If you were given a mystery basket of ingredients and an entire brewing supply store to play with, what would you make? Here on Will It Brew, we challenge brewers to do just that. So let's go grab some ingredients and then we'll introduce you to the brewers. Hey, we brought the families to an organic food store in Spokane today just because, you know what, we wanted to change the scenery. So hopefully we can find some fun new ingredients for this challenge. Let's go in. Nah. We should put that in the basket and tell them they can't use it.
Madagascar pink rice. So I just googled this. Looks like it has aromatic qualities of cinnamon and cloves. And at $3 a pound, I think that's definitely worthy of at least a couple pounds for these guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's grab the couple bags of kiwis. Yeah, for sure.
Probably have to get...
We can kind of force them into something a little bit earthy with like one of these mushrooms here. We're gonna go with the chanterelles. All right, so we put up a poll on our Instagram yesterday to find one last challenge ingredient for everybody. And one of the many great ideas that we had actually was molasses. I think that's gonna go great with the mushrooms, and it's gonna be a challenge to incorporate the kiwis into that. So it's unsulfured. It looks like it's gonna do a good job.
Now that we've picked out some ingredients, let's introduce the brewers to you. So to start out with, we're gonna have Golden Handle Project, which is part of the Incubator Brewery. So let's see what they have to say.
Okay, so the chanterelles are going to give us a little peachiness. I think when we complement them with kind of the fruity hops and the kiwi, I think we're going to actually have a really nice flavor. It's going to be very fruity. And then we'll use Imperial Gnome yeast, so we'll get some phenolics in that, and I think it's going to be really brilliant.
A merge between like an IPA and a Belgian
strong.
Strong, and we'll have some unique pink color too from the rice.
Yeah.
So one thing that Tim and Jason actually did is they brought their own Mecca grade grains.
This is a strategy that we haven't actually seen before, and I think we'll actually add a unique approach to the beer.
The next Incubator Brewery that we have as a guest is Hello Beer Company, so let's see what they have to say.
The style that we ended up choosing is going to be a Dunkelweizen. So I think the Dunkelweizen is going to be a great opportunity to mix the darker characteristics of the molasses with kind of the brighter fruity characteristics of the kiwi, given that it's already a dark style that has like banana and cloves and kind of all those elements in it already. So we're just kind of manipulating them into our own version.
Both breweries actually ended up going with something with a Belgian or Bavarian kind of flair, basically relying on some of the esterification of the yeasts to kind of play that masking component between the earthier characters like of the mushroom and the molasses with the fruitier character of the kiwi and the rice.
So we're gonna cook the rice because the rice doesn't gelatinize at a normal mash temp. So we have to get it up to heat for a long enough period for it to gelatinize separately before we add it to the mash as an adjunct.
I think pre-gelatinization is a nice strategy when it comes to the rice, but you do maybe run the risk of missing out on some of the components. I think getting rid of some tannic quality is good, but. Yeah. So these guys ended up doing their own water chemistry as well. I think that's a good idea. We actually bought them some neutral water, so not even our own tap water, but they're going with completely neutral water. That's a very low minerality overall. They're going for that classic, like German Pilsner style minerality.
Yeah, so we're going to create a cereal mash here. Never done it before. Holding the rice at about 158 for about 15 minutes, and we'll bring it up to slow boil. Hopefully gelatinize it, and then we'll add it to our regular mash, which we'll get going here shortly.
You got to do this with a beer in hand.
So we have just under 50% wheat in here. And plus the rice. Hopefully the rice won't be as gelatinous because we did the pre-boil with the rice.
Those are my shorts!
Oh, yep. And that's like, I might take...
Cutting the kiwis to expose the fruit. So when we throw them in after the boil, we'll extract the citrus flavor.
We can't not, right? We kind of have to do it. Why? Golden. What's golden? Our name. The dice is nice. Paradise. Belgian candy clear.
Being a Belgian style beer, adding candy sugar is certainly appropriate. It's going to dry out the beer and also add some subtle, nice fruitiness.
Yeah, I like the use of the paradise seeds too.
Yeah, it really helped.
I think that might actually almost make a pseudo kiwi type profile, right? It
really helped brighten it up with a little bit of that extra fruitiness from the paradise seed, and also a little bit of pop of pepperness that's going to help complement the Belgian yeast.
So we have some Citra and a little bit of the Mandarina Bavarian. Or kiwi.
The gravity is 1073.
Tim, what'd you do?
I was testing the strength of the glass. I wanted to see if the glass would break. Peter didn't believe me, so he dropped it to see if it would break.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We've concluded it will break.
Going with a double pitch, always a smart idea, especially when you have a high alcohol beer. You want to make sure that you've got the right amount of yeast in there.
For sure.
Even if it is a strong yeast like that.
Yeah, we're gonna put a full jar of molasses in our Dunkelweizen. Doing our hop edition.
Steady hopping.
All right, I'm done hopping. It's beer now.
Yeah.
There's hops in it. I've never used a glass carboy. Yes, I'm using a glass carboy to keep the temperatures down because I don't want the temperatures to get too high on the yeast strain because I hate for it to get too banana clovey profile. I want to keep that kind of tempered down.
Like we like to mention, it's always fun seeing homebrewers come down to the small scale like this, you know, and use systems that they're not used to using. Even if they have they homebrewed on a unikettle thing like a mash and boil, and have they used glass carboys before?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Or like 1064. We're done. She's all wrapped up.
So after all that happened, obviously we let it go ahead and ferment for a couple days. They went and did some additions the following day. And then what Ryan opted to do for his additions is he actually threw the mushrooms and the kiwis into a tincture to try to get a more calculated approach to adding those. He added those right before kegging. We went ahead and kegged it into a corny keg as a bright tank and then transferred it into a Sankey keg for conditioning. And now we are on to the tasting. Let's see what they have to say.
Okay.
All right. So, boozy,
sweet.
definitely sweet. Got the molasses coming in there on that one.
Got some chanterelle.
Little chanterelle. It's got earthiness on the back end.
So I get some banana and clove on the nose. It's got some bitterness on the back. A little bit of sweetness balancing it out. Yeah, my big takeaway, kind of a light nose, a little tropical with maybe a little bit of banana on there. The palate's pretty hot, but there's some sweetness to balance it with a little bit of dryness.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Number 2.
The nose smells.
You get nose? I don't really get a whole lot.
I get a little chanterelle on the nose,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting a whole lot of flavor on it. Not getting any kiwi.
So pretty smooth banana nose. Honestly, like relatively one-noted on the nose. I would say that is primarily the banana profile. Maybe some of that fruit.
The first one, I'm just getting a lot of complexity. There's a lot of things going on there.
It's good. I don't know.
They're both good.
We're both good.
Really smooth. Again, the banana carries through. It's light. I get some refreshingness from it, and it just kind of dissipates really cleanly. Which one do I think is better overall? I like 2. I think I can drink more of 2.
I think number 1 is better.
I prefer number 1 as well.
Which one do I think I made? Definitely the one that demonstrated more of a Hefeweizen character would be number 2. So I made number 2. I think I made number 2.
I think we made 1.
I believe it's one that we made.
Thank you for watching the video. It's tons of fun. Make sure you follow Hello Brew.
And the Golden Handle Project.
And check out Genus Brewing and the Will It Brew.
Like the video.
Like the video.
Subscribe. Go watch the podcast.